Everyone who has been in the Hollywood really has a story to tell. Really has a story that the people don't see on camera. You feel me? They really have a story to tell about the secrets that have been happening in the entertainment world, that we on the camera, we only see the final product, but we don't really see the process that they have really gone through. You feel me? Kanye West has been talking about this shit, but you just act like you're blind. You just act like nothing is really happening. Like nobody is caring about this shit. You feel me? You don't know what happened to Justin Bieber, like lately. You don't know like how he used to be when he was young, and you can see him right now. You don't know what happened to Ariana Grande. You don't know what happened to Jaden Smith. You don't know what happened to Ice Spice. You just can't say me that this is a coincidence. You feel me? You can't have like someone just coming into the Hollywood as a fresh person, a happy person, someone with goals, someone with dreams, someone who is ambitious in what they are doing, and then when they are coming out of the Hollywood, they're really different people. You feel me? They seem not to care about their career anymore. They seem not to care about being happy anymore. Like they don't look the same. You just can't tell me that is a coincidence. You feel me? So cloning is not something that really has started yesterday. You feel me? Cloning has started 75 years ago. We had this person, we had a scientist by the name Robert Briggs. Robert Briggs, he managed to start a program of the development biology. You feel me? And from this program, he managed to make frogs using the cells of other frogs. Frogs that were really alive. You feel me? You can Google that, because I know you all doubt everything. You can go and Google. His name was Robert Briggs, and he managed to create frogs using the cells of other frogs. And then in 1996, we had another scientist who managed to create a sheep. It was called Dolly the sheep. Dolly the sheep was a real sheep. You feel me? A real sheep with brain, acting like a real sheep. Like it has no difference with other real sheep. So if that really happened 75 years ago, they managed to create a sheep. They managed to create a sheep, and it functioned. Every single part functioned well. What do you really think that in those 75 years they are not really able to create human? If they were really able to create a sheep 75 years back then, and it worked, and it was scientifically proven, what do you think? Like, why do you think it would be hard to clone a human being? Let us dive into this shit. We had this movie by Will Smith, Gemini Man. So in Gemini Man, we used to have clones. That was an idea back then. It was an idea, but put in a movie by who? The Hollywood. They put in a movie like Will Smith really had clones of himself. Clones which were used, were sent to missions. Clones that really never had origin. They never had that sympathy. They really never had love. So they're gonna do exactly what they have been told to do. So that was a movie, all right? And we have Dr. Hosang in 2022. He said he managed to create 6 people who are alive. You feel me? Dr. Hosang is from South Korea. He managed to create 6 people who are alive back in 2022. And then after some months, Dr. Hosang came and stated that everything that he said was not true. Like it was all false. Like someone coming and they are confirming, okay, they have achieved something that seemed impossible, and they are celebrating what they have achieved, and they are announcing it to everyone. Then in a few months, they come again and they say that, okay, whatever I said was wrong. This is not it. No. What do you really think happened within those 6 months? Like those few months, what do you really think? What made him change his mind? Like, why would he say that he has managed to create 6 people who are really alive, and then in some months, he comes again and say that, yeah, whatever he said was just false? What really happened? What is he really trying to hide? Who was really forced him to say what? Like, what are they trying to do? Because it really happened. And he came again and he said that it has not happened. Like, what do you think? What do you think was the reason behind that? A lot of people, they don't want to believe that humans are being cloned. You feel me? We have a lot of people that we have lost, and if we don't really open up our eyes, we are just going to continue losing them, and we are just going to continue buying what the industry is selling for us. You feel me? So in 2013, the Delhi Television, that is the Delhi Television, it is a television channel in China. So they came up with a report talking about this factory, the China clone factory. So the China clone factory is a whole factory, a whole entire factory, and all they deal with is cloning animals. They have made thousands of cows, but then the cows are a cover up. You feel me? They have been cloning cows all the entire time, but then the cows are a cover up. They have been creating humans. You feel me? And these humans are being used as bodyguards. Like we have those bodyguards of those presidential candidates, person like Trump, someone like Putin. Their bodyguards are really not real humans who really have conscience, but they are people who have been controlled in a particular way that they have to follow orders that they have been given. That's when they are being used as bodyguards. We also have a theory. Putin really has clones of himself. Like at that particular time that he went to meet Trump in the USA, and they were to talk about something different, and then he never concluded with the meeting. Why did they never conclude the meeting? So at this particular time, like Putin was going to visit Trump in the USA, and they were to talk about peace. I want you to recall this. They never concluded that meeting. That meeting was never over. You feel me? They went, they discussed everything, but then there was no solution for that. Do you know why there was no solution? Because he was not really Putin. He was a clone of Putin. Putin cannot risk his life to come and speak to Trump. He knows the kind of person Trump really is. So they sent a clone to the United States to go and represent Putin in the talks of those war, and that's why they never concluded those talks until the clone came back and had handed back the information so that they can really get the information from the real Putin. You feel me? I don't know if you all don't really put into consideration everything that has been happening. You don't really look using your inner eyes. Kanye West has been talking about this shit. You feel me? People are being cloned, and soon as they found out that Kanye West knows a lot about this shit, they cloned him too. That's why you rarely hear him talking about this shit. He used to be very controversial about those matters, but right now he is silent. He is not doing anything towards that. You feel me? The real Michael died long ago. He suffered from lupus, but because Sony knew how much they would lose because he had just started being on his peak in the music career, they decided to clone him so that they can replace him to make the amount of money that they had spent on his budget. You feel me? That's why, like, the real Michael never used to be satanic. But then the new Michael, after being cloned, he came up with songs like Thriller. And that's why as soon as they found out that he is going up against the Illuminati, they came and they killed him. Look at someone like Youngboy. When Youngboy really went to the feds, he used to be a very violent person. Like, he never used to listen to anybody. Like, you all know, like, he has talked about his anger. He has not been able to control his anger, and he will do just anything recklessly, randomly. But then when he comes out of the feds, he does not have the scars that he used to have over here. And when he comes out of the feds, he sounds so positive. You feel me? If you look at how he used to be back then and the interviews like he has been taking right now, he looks like someone who is in pain, someone who is really controlled by something. Like, he is not the same young boy that we used to have. You feel me? And the strange thing is that he was pardoned by Trump himself, the US president, pardoning young boy. Like, what relationship does the president really have with Trump? What? Like, they knew that if they pardon Trump, if they clone young boy, so they knew if they clone young boy and then they bring him back to the streets, they would sell a particular type of influence, and they would feed the people with whatever they want to, because that is the only agenda that they have. Feed the people with whatever they want to feed them with. Guys, we need to open up our eyes because we are losing more than enough. Like, it's sad. It's really sad. I'm not happy. Cut that video.